Okay, guys, an important part about being a performer is being able to
Oops.
Okay.
Love y'all, boys. Love you. I go to war with every single one of you.
Oh my God, I'm still messing up. Sorry.
Love y'all, boys. Love you. I go to war with every single one of you. Every game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights on the Mafia Sports Report channel. I'm your host, Tommy. Joining me is my main man, Mr. Mikey. My God, that was
awesome. That was awesome.
You saw a little.
It's
you
Friday.
saw a little. Yeah, and of course I'm on green screen, so now I'm better because I was choppy.
Jason says, Tommy, you have one job, brother. You have one job.
I'm playing the Australian break dancer. Yeah.
That was amazing. I'm like, oh, what is he doing?
Yeah.
What kind of weird intro is this?
No. Oh my God. Oh, so what's up, Mikey? Happy Friday.
Right?
Happy
I am
Friday.
great. I am doing better than the linebacker core that the Bills have going on right now.
Oh my God.
As running back comes in and says the Bills might be cooked this year. However, I'm not going to say the Bills are going to be cooked because of Milano's injury. We'll just.
What did you say?
Yes. I don't think we're cooked because of one injury. I think
Look, man.
I'm more concerned about the overall depth on the defense than I am just that one injury.
Mikey, look, man. Like there's not. Remember when every time we like get bumped out of the playoffs, like now I'm not even mad. I'm just like starting to like it's just like laugh at it in a way. Like these injuries are crazy, man. We have the worst luck over the past 3 seasons, and Matt Milano got fucking injured on a bag, on a tackling bag. Like what? Mikey, we cannot. I know, but man, what is going on? Like, we have the worst luck, man. Like this team, I have no.
Stupid video that the PR put.
I think into like me and you used to brag about how like we don't get our team is like one of the least injured. We got this, awesome. Yeah, we're not anymore. Like this is or maybe that ambulance video. That the social media put out, Bill's social media making fun of that we're never hurt. And since then, it's been a problem. But my God, I feel so bad for Matt Milano. And I do got a question for you. And I know it's hypothetical. But if you could go back in time and do it all over again, would you have let Milano walk and brung back Edmonds instead? If you knew what you know now. Yeah, and I love Matt Milano, but Edmonds has been healthy
for the reason Milano. This isn't the first 2 times Milano's been hurt. Milano was hurt earlier in his career too. Correct. Milano had a 2-year stretch where he was really healthy and he was an All-Pro. But this isn't breaking news. Also, this isn't something the Bills haven't done. We did the same thing with Trey White last year, coming back from an injury. Was back, boom, in the middle of the season, hurt, gone. It makes you wonder. We're paying $17 million a year for Milano. Are we going to continue paying $17 million a year for Milano?
By the way, Callie Blitz, what's up? Real quick, and I'll answer that. Callie, real quick, because I'm glad you're on here. I promised you that I was going to do a live on the preseason, a live watch along. And it was mainly for you because you've been so awesome to the channel. One of our best, loyal guys, and all of you are awesome. But so we're going to do week 3. So next weekend, me and Mikey actually are going to do the watch along, play-by-play, whatever you want to call it, for week 3 preseason. So, hopefully you can make it, watch it. But yeah, we'll be doing that.
It'll be a watch along. It won't be a play-by-play. Because I'm not play-by-playing.
Yeah, I'll do my best. I'm terrible. I tried it once, like during I don't know, a Super Bowl or something. I did the red zone once. I was so bad, bro. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I've done it one time. I did it with hashtag one time, and I just flipped out before the play because I was ahead of the stream.
Yeah,
it was the.
Oh, and that's even bad too. Like when one person's ahead of the other.
It was that Titans game where Josh flipped on the 4th down.
Oh my God, you're right.
And I lost my flipping mind before the play actually happened. Yeah,
that was brutal. That was brutal. Yeah, that's why I can't do it either. I can't do regular season. But
Matt Chatter, what's going on? Welcome back.
What up, brother? So what were you saying before that? Before I was bringing up the Cali bits about injuries.
Oh yeah, so I was talking about the similarities between Trey White and Matt Milano.
Oh God, yeah, the money, yeah.
With the back-to-back major injuries.
Brandon Bean has a lot to think about, man. This coming up next off season, whatever. Yeah. When it comes to Matt Milano, because my God, dude, like that's like 2 in a row. But it's his shoulder now. Maybe they stick with it. Yeah, I mean, it's not a leg injury. It's maybe it's not. That's a really tough one because he is such a great player when healthy. But man, and it's just like, dude, I get the whole next man up mentality, but it's like this year, it's like, here we go. Like Dorian Williams did not look ready last year, and I get he was a rookie,
neither did Terminal Bernard the year before.
No, I get that. Yeah. I get that, but it's we'll see. I don't know. Yeah. And then the safety room has me really concerned as well with them.
AJ couldn't play linebacker. Well, yeah, always call back AJ Klein. Your favorite linebacker?
No, he's retired. He's supposedly retired this time. So I do think they need to bring in a linebacker, though, a veteran. I mean, I'm not saying don't start Dorian Williams. You know what I mean? But we
have some of those veterans with Deion Jones and Morrow, and so we have some of those guys already on the team. Like I liked your idea when we were texting back and forth of kicking the tires on Shaq Leonard.
Shaq Leonard, absolutely.
Let's see what he's got.
I mean, he would be a cheap veteran sign. Like I don't think that would be a crazy deal. Like he would want a more than likely a veteran minimum. And I would 100% do that. And what's the worst case? He doesn't work out, so what? Like you said, we still have some guys that depth. We still got a young Dorian Williams. Like, but I'm just, I am definitely concerned there. But man, it just sucks, bro. Like, and by the way, we had a lot of other guys that are wearing like braces and are nicked up like already, and we're not even, we haven't even played week 2 yet. A preseason. It's crazy.
Running back comes in and says the Bills have a loyalty problem. Also, what's with the exception of the old Broncos players? Do we have an exception with old Broncos players?
Obsession with old Broncos players.
We brought in KJ.
I think McKenzie, right? Was with the Broncos initially. Am I wrong there?
Okay, no, you're right. You're right. McKenzie was. But
Danucci was Danucci.
No,
okay.
Danucci was Dallas.
No, okay, you're right. He was with Dallas. So who's Denver besides
Williams? One of the backup D lines this year was Denver. I don't think we have a bunch of Denver Panthers players. Yes,
yeah, 100%.
For a long time we did.
I don't recall many Denver players. I could be wrong. Let us know because I really off the top of my dome I can only think of like a few. Like but you know what though? If you go around the league, bro, every team could say, like a lot of these free agents have been around, like to other teams. So it's kind of like
Vaughn, Kareem, McKenzie.
Oh yeah,
Williams,
Vaughn. Yeah, but Vaughn played for LA before we picked him. So not picking him off Denver's, right? So you can't really go there, right? Because LA had him.
Vaughn was I mean, to say
McKenzie was years ago. Like years ago. Matter of fact, McKenzie, up until when we let him go, what was it? Not last year, but the year before, was our longest like player on the team.
Yeah.
Remember? Except for Josh Allen at that time. Like he was on there, longest receiver. He was our on the team. So I think we got McKenzie in 2018, right? The end of 2018, we picked him up.
Yep.
Right? So, bro, like that's a long time.
Not only that, but Vaughn, I wouldn't call him an old used up. When he got here, he had 8 sacks in 9 games.
Absolutely.
He just got hurt.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have called Vaughn old and used up when we signed him.
And Kareem, by the way, not a fan of Kareem Jackson. So I don't even know if he makes the team, bro. Yeah, and if he does, whatever. He's not a difference maker but no, I don't think we're taking Denver guys.
Yeah. And Vaughn is a Broncos legend. He's going to make a Hall of Fame, and he's going to go into the Hall of Fame as a Denver Bronco.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Now, if we would have signed Justin Simmons and you want to say we keep taking all the Broncos, I would have been okay with it. But
but that list is that's a very small.
By the way, Justin Simmons signed.
And I think McKenzie wasn't McKenzie on your practice squad and you guys cut him, or what happened with it? I think we scooped
McKenzie won the return job out of camp, and then they released him and he went to the practice squad, and then we picked him up off the practice squad.
That's what I thought. Okay, we scooped him up off the practice squad.
Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't, he's not a legend. Denver, like you weren't doing anything with him.
Yeah.
So, well, whatever. It is what it is.
So let's quickly go around the league. There was a game yesterday. Did you see that game? It was a barn burner.
I was at work. Oh, did you get the super chat by Cali Blitz?
No, I did not see the super chat.
Thank you so much, man. Hell yeah, that'll work for the play-by-play. Yep. Hey, right appreciate the super chat. Sorry you missed it at first. I was scrolling up, man, on that one. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
That. I wanted Simmons. Ben comes and said I wanted Simmons. I didn't want to pay Simmons money. We didn't have the money to sign Simmons.
No, we don't have the money, but
and does Simmons fit McDermott's defense? I don't know.
I'm so torn on this. I get it. I understand, Mikey. I get it. I understand that Bean is being smart about this team and the future, right? Because that's what it's about. It's not throw everything.
It's not
throw all your eggs in all eggs in the basket and hope for the best. Like I get that, but at the same time,
you're frustrated with it.
I do believe, GMs sometimes do need to go out of their comfort zone and take some chances. Now, mind you, he does. He signed Von Miller to a lot of money, right? And I'm sure he's like, right? And hopefully Von works out, right? Like this year he bounces back and then he'll feel a little bit. But I would say he's more on the cautious side. And sometimes I feel like that hurts us a little bit. Now, look, I get what you're saying about Justin Simmons about the money, but at the same time, bro, like 1-year deal, 2-year deal, top 5. Like, I get it. You're spending a little bit. You don't want to spend that money. But at the same time, you're going into the season super comfortable at that position. Nothing to worry about unless he gets hurt, of course. Like, I feel like sometimes you need to roll the dice a little bit more to put your team in a better spot or better chance of getting to a Super Bowl rather than always playing it cautious and hoping that your next man up mentality will work all the time. I like it, but it doesn't always work out. And you saw that last year, like when we had the injuries, not every guy, they played well, but not well enough. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think sometimes you got to roll the dice, Mikey. Same with trades. Like we talked about this multiple years, like in-season trades. Like, dude, like sometimes you have to go outside your comfort zone and pull the trigger. You know, and he did it. I felt like he did it last year with Rasul Douglas. He finally did it. And look what happened. It worked out. Like, you know what I'm saying, Mike? Like, sometimes you got to do that to better the team. And I feel like, man, he's just super overcautious about certain things. You know, so I don't know. What do you feel like about that?
Honestly, I think I'm done spending the money on the fucking defense. We spend all our money on the defense. Spend the freaking money on the offense where we have an all-pro at quarterback.
I agree, but what's right now though? Like I'm talking about right now though, right? Like what's really
I don't think Justin Simmons moved the needle for us on defense. I really don't.
I do. On safety, I do.
That's fine. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah,
I don't think adding him made us some world beater on defense.
No, not a world beater, but I think as far as leadership, top 5 safety, a guy that you know is going to bring it. Damar Hamlin is.
If he was 27,
I like him, but
fine. But he's in his mid-30s now.
Yeah, I don't care about age, Mikey. As long as you're playing at a high level, for me, it's all about how you're playing. At what level are you playing? Like we all sit back and talk about Derrick Henry's age, blah blah. Bro, the guy's still running like a beast. Now, will he run like a beast this year? I don't know, but last year he sure did. Like, listen, if you could keep it, I don't care about your age, Mike. If you are playing at that level, forget the age, bro. That's why we paid Von Miller. Von Miller was considered old. We still paid him because he was playing still at a pretty high level where you're like, you know what? I'm comfortable with paying him top end edge money, even though he's pretty up there in the age. He's been around.
You can't compare that to Von Miller though, because last year everyone was like wanted to cut Von Miller and get rid of him, and how can we have signed him because of his age? And
I get that, but I'm saying though, when we signed him initially, Brandon Beane had to have known he's up there in age, but I'm still going to give him because he's playing. He's just not going to. If Von Miller was going down, like sacks were really drastically going down, he wasn't really a playmaker anymore. There's no way he would have got that money, but he was still playing at high enough level where you feel comfortable. And that's how I think Derrick Henry got paid a little bit going to Baltimore. Certain guys, if you stay healthy, Mikey, right, injury free, and you're playing at a higher level, you're good. Like think about it, Jordan Poyer.
Yeah,
I'll give you perfect example.
Jordan
Poyer.
Multiple years
But if Jordan Poyer, let's be real, if Jordan Poyer was healthy, right? He didn't have the last 2 years where he's really getting banged up a lot. When he's healthy, he plays at a high level, even though he's getting up there in age. We would have kept him. We would have 100% kept Jordan Poyer if he was remaining healthy over the last 2 seasons. But he can't stay on the field. So I get that. You got to let him walk, right? You can't. You got to save that cap. So I totally understand that. But if Justin Simmons has been healthy, he's playing at a high level. Why wouldn't you at least give him a 1 to 2 year deal? That's not crazy. That to me,
have the money. We didn't have the money.
No, I get that, but that's why sometimes you got to roll the dice and make it work. And there's always a way, Mikey. There's always a way to.
No, I get that. I wouldn't have changed their plan. Justin Simmons wasn't in their plan that they put together off season.
Better hope it works.
I don't think Justin Simmons coming in here changes the safety room that much. I really don't.
I 100% I do. What do you mean? You think Damar Hamlin's is even in the ballpark of what Justin Simmons can bring to the defense?
But I still don't think Justin Simmons changes our safety room.
Okay. So Edwards, right, hasn't even been on the fucking field training camp. He's been hurt all training camp, right? We don't know what he's bringing. You got Taylor Rapp, who last year's got banged up, hurt, right, a couple times, missed games. Damar Hamlin is a question mark, even though he's been having a good camp. We don't know yet. Our rookie is out for who knows how long. So what do we really have here? Kareem Jackson? Are you that comfortable with the safety room? So you got Edwards, who hasn't played a single snap, I don't think, in camp. I could be wrong. Kareem Jackson, has problems, right? A rookie who's not going to be back at least until probably 4 weeks, right? And you got Damar Hamlin, who's a question mark, and Taylor Rapp, who can't stay healthy. Maybe he does this year, but that's a problem. You have to admit that's a little bit of a problem.
Great. What I'm saying is bringing Justin Simmons in and giving him $8 million this year doesn't fix our safety problem.
It helps it for I would say it would help it for the first couple years. But at least you would feel way more comfortable going into the season.
You would feel more comfortable. You're saying we would feel.
You
more
wouldn't?
No.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So if he was, hypothetically, if he was on the team right now, you'd be like, whatever.
Okay,
cool.
we have one
You
of
wouldn't think that's a
one
step
of
up?
the spots that are okay. Hopefully,
I would
he stays
totally-
healthy.
He's been healthy though. Justin hasn't been like a injury prone guy. That's why he's a top 5 safety.
A lot of guys aren't injury prone guys that in the later years get hurt.
I didn't.
We can agree to disagree on this.
I get it, but us signing multiple guys that are has-beens or nobodies for and then cutting them or keeping all that money spent and then injury settlements when you could just bring in a guy, pay a little bit more, and not worry.
15 of those guys to offset what we're paying.
I don't know. I guess I don't think his contract was that outrageous, bro. What did you get? 7.5 guarantee. I don't think that's outrageous. I don't think that's crazy.
I just don't. We just don't have that kind of money this year.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying, like,
really, we won't have that money for like 3 years. So we'd have to sign him to a, with like 3 or 4 voided years added on.
It could have been a 3-year.
Bring that money down.
It could have been a 3-year with an exit out.
So someone earlier asked how much money we have. The Bills have about $7 million.
Yeah, not a lot.
And that's the operating cost throughout the year to bring people up from the practice squad and drop them and do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, or
so
free agents.
We really have about $4 million to play with.
No, I get it. The money's. I understand that, Mikey, but it's like, it's not. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes you gotta.
If Milano was healthy and we had a better secondary option than Rapp next to him, and Justin Simmons is going to be taking us over the top, I'd be like, sweet, let's bring him in. But we're in a transition on defense. I don't need another old guy back there.
But he's playing at a high level. He's not that old. I mean, I don't think he's like ancient. He's 30 years old. I don't think he's that.
He's only 30?
Yeah, he's 30 years old.
Then why was he signing this late into the season?
Because he wanted what he wanted. Like, here's the deal with the safety money. The safety money, like right now, it's undervalued, right? Teams do not want to pay high value on a safety. And he held out because he felt like what he was worth is what he got. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, and he was going to do that until his team got desperate. Like the Falcons, I totally understand that. And it was, listen, Falcons were basically signing him. It's only a 1-year deal. It's not like they sign him long term. Yeah. They did a smart decision, to be honest with you, because if he plays well for them, maybe they extend him during the season at some point and give him another, extend him for another 2. Who knows? But I don't know. I just feel like if you're a contender, sometimes you got to roll the dice a little bit more. Because, man,
he was second team All-Pro last year and had a Pro Bowl. He missed 2 games last year. He missed 5 games the year before. I mean, okay. I just don't think he changes our defense that much. I really don't.
I mean, Josh is 28. It's not
again. If we're going to spend $8 million, I'd rather spend $8 million on something.
I agree, but the problem is there's not a guy out there like now, as I'm saying, that we can go, man, that guy's sitting out there that could really help this offense. Let's pay him the 8. Like, who's out there? You know what I'm saying? Like, so unfortunately right now, we're not banged up and on the offensive side of things. We're fucking up on the defensive side of the ball. You know what I mean? And I know I'm with you, by the way. Like, stop. Like, I wish the Bills would concentrate more on the offense, than the defense. I'm totally with you. And that.
Thing.
Yeah, I totally agree with you with that. But we are where we're at. And where we're at right now is our defense over the last 2 seasons has been the problem. It's been
more than the last 2 seasons.
Well, you're right, 2 or 3. But I'm saying with injuries, right? With overpaying guys that aren't working out, like, it's always the defense. So I'm just saying, like, where we're at right now, you kind of got to, like, just fill in those spots and get the best player out there. But it is what it is. Listen, Simmons is done. He signed.
Yep.
I get that part, and I hope to God that safety room works out, and I really hope that DeMar Hamlin is exactly what they're saying he is in camp. Like, he's ready to go. Like, he's going to be that starting safety. Because I'll tell you right now, if he doesn't work out by, like, let's say he's just week 1, week 2, week 3, he's not really playing good, and they got to go to Edwards. Here we go. Like here we go with the safety problem. Right. And I don't want that, because you know how that works, right? Then Edwards now we got DeMar back in there.
Expect that. We're gonna be interchanging our safeties, our linebackers.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Well, the linebacker for sure. Yeah.
Just expect that.
No, I expect it, Mikey. I do. That's my concern. That is my concern when it comes to this defense.
I do also, Jason, but I don't think Hyde comes back until later in the year. I think Hyde's that break glass in case of emergency. Things aren't working out and they have to have somebody. They go get Hyde.
1,000%. Like, I think Hyde is 100. Like, he is 100%. Right, the glass, right? Like, break to open, right? Like, he's the guy sitting back. Brandon Beane's like, bro, you are my last option, bro. But I just chill out for now, bro. But if I need you, I'm gonna break that glass, and I need you to come save.
But
help
he's
us,
not
man.
gonna do it till later.
No, it won't be till much later, bro. And I still don't think Micah Hyde comes back. I don't think it happens, bro. I think Micah Hyde.
I think
is
he
done.
comes back, but I think he's gonna come back very much in the way guys come
Such a
back. It's
risk.
gonna be late season playoff time, and we bring him back.
It's so risky for him. I mean,
yeah,
I don't care. I would love for him to come back.
I just want him to be healthy and be able to play with his babies when he.
That's what I'm saying. Like for me, like, I'm cool with it as a fan. Like, I would love Mike. Are you kidding me? Like, if we sign Micah Hyde was back on the field tomorrow, I'd be like, bro, Micah Hyde. But bro, the game where, if God forbid something happens, you know, bad, we're gonna all, like, oh God, right?
And maybe he doesn't come back. I just feel like if he's gonna come back, he's gonna come back late in the season. It's not gonna be for like a full season thing.
No, I agree. Like, if he does, I'm with you. If he does, it'll be like late in the season.
Everyone's thinking Milano will be back like in December-ish time frame. I can see Milano and Hyde coming back together and working in late season.
I'm not going to say nothing on Milano. I'm not going to even think about it, because we thought about that on somebody else, and I forget who it was, and he never came back.
Milano,
who was that year?
Milano.
Well, you're right. It was Milano, right?
Everyone thought he was
You're right.
back.
You're right. We were waiting and waiting. Yeah, no, I'm going to let that one go. I'm going to count it as he's done for the season. If he comes back, then I'll be like, whoa. Like, awesome. For now, I'm not going to even hear the rumors or nothing. I'm good with it. Like, he's done. Like, he's done for the season, guys.
That's the real question, running back, is what does Milano look like? We don't know. Like, we never saw him in game or scrimmage. Like, because he was coming back from the knee and leg injury still.
Right.
Like, we have no idea what he was going to look like.
I mean, if
he looked good during camp.
If there's any positive to this, he has more time on his leg, like to get, to get that leg feeling 100%. You know what I mean? Like, if there's any, I guess, positive to this, is that he has more time, right, with his leg. Like,
Robert, I don't disagree. Right now, what Bean's doing is he's resetting our cap. That's what he's doing right now. This year and next year are kind of our cap resets. This year more than next year. Next year, depending on how much the cap goes up, we go in not negative for the first time in a long time next year. So he's resetting our cap while trying to also stay competitive. So,
Mikey,
what?
You know what? I didn't get to talk. I don't think we talked about last weekend, right? We didn't have a show, right?
Oh, God. That shit show?
So let me, because I didn't talk to you much about that. So we'll quickly talk about it, right? And move on. But I did
my brain quick.
I made a video quick, bro. Like, real quick. Like, so here's the deal. Like, most of the people agree with me, Mikey. There was a few that was like, it's preseason, bro. Calm down. Now, look, and I said right away guys, yes. And me and Mikey said the same thing last Friday. It's preseason. Don't expect much. It's going to be very generic. We get that. Win, lose, it doesn't matter. This is about evaluating players. This is about the young guys. This is about the guys trying to move up in the depth chart. This is guys trying to make the 53.
Roy, no, do we have to talk about it?
Yeah. Bro, Mikey, you know what disappointed? You know what made me so mad last week? I don't give a fuck about the score. I don't care we lost. I don't care. I was so disappointed, bro, in the second, third, 14, like the guys that are trying to get their, like, move up the depth chart, guys that are trying to get their name out there.
Like they didn't show up to play.
That looked like they could give a fuck. Like they just were out there. I cannot stand when players put no effort on the field. And I felt like, now mind you, maybe some were, and I didn't see it. But bro, like they got two. There's a few, but very few. Yeah. They got 2 weeks, right? They got 2 more games to go to show this coaching staff that they are ready, that to put their name, out there, like to show them.
Or not Ben DiNucci, Shane Buechele looked like he didn't belong on the field.
I said the same thing.
He looked like that little guy on Little Giants, the quarterback who's running around the ref saying, blow the whistle. Like, bro, he ran into sacks. Like,
yeah, I said the same thing, and I got hate on it. I got people going, oh, that guy, you can't blame. I go, bro.
Oh, bullshit.
He's not good. Like, I'm sorry.
Now,
like,
he didn't get help from his offensive line, but he
still looked lost. He looked bad.
Missed a wide open touchdown.
Bro.
Wide open touchdown.
I think 2 of them, right? Didn't he throw two misses?
No. I
thought he had 2. Or just the one. I thought he had 2.
Yeah,
I swear he had 2.
He missed the seam.
Okay, I thought he missed one to Quentin Morris.
I didn't watch a bunch in the second half because I was just
okay. I think he missed 2. I could be wrong. I could swear there was 2 that he way overthrew.
He missed. The wind probably didn't help him very much because he doesn't have a super strong arm. But he missed the wide open Shavers. He threw it and then ended up behind him.
Yes, but there was another one, and I'm almost sure it was Quentin Morris. I could be wrong. I can swear there's 2 of them. But, it doesn't matter.
He missed Quentin Morris on the seam shot.
It was so...
In the first half.
I got to say, look, I'm cool. I'm glad we signed him. Like, I'm good with it. He's still, in my eyes, better than what we had last year. Mm-hmm. And Kyle Allen and Matt Barkley. But, like, I see why Pittsburgh fans were like, get him the fuck out of the game last year.
Like, he's fine as a backup. But if he's got to play extended time, you're in trouble.
Yeah, dude. I think he's regressed. Like, I think he's gotten a little worse, bro. Like he's shaky, bro. But we're good. We'll never see him. I don't want to see him unless it's like at the end of the game, he's kneeling the ball down. Like,
yeah, kind of like what Kyle Allen did last year, right?
Yeah, that's it.
For Josh and just handed the ball off at the end of the game.
Yeah, cool with that. But that was shaky.
Yes, that throw was so bad. Like, honestly, the receiver had a better chance of catching it than Morris.
Oh, dude.
It was so bad.
It was so bad. So bad.
So, 2 of my takeaways. One, Ed Oliver getting hurt on the first play and then them pulling him.
Oh, my God.
So we didn't have either one of our – we didn't have three-fourths of our starting defensive line.
Yeah.
Because we had – what's his name? The other D tackle didn't play. Our starter.
Daquan.
Yeah, Daquan didn't play. Vaughn didn't play. We lost Ed on the first play. So, that was disappointing. Really, the most disappointing thing is our offensive line got bullied the entire game. No push.
Yes.
No push whatsoever.
I am a 1,000% agree with you. Listen, and I said that too. I felt like I wasn't even upset with the first string team. Like, I felt like Khalil Shakir played fine. I thought he looked good. I thought Curtis Samuel made some plays early on, like when or even in the second quarter with Mitch. I thought Ray Davis and I think James Cook looked bad because the offensive line was terrible. Like, they did not come to play. The first string, I'm talking about the first team offensive line, were just out there. And look, I get this generic play calling on that, but you still got to block. You still got to do your job. You still have to execute.
They bullied us the entire game.
Defenders were in the backfield instantly. I don't care. You know who was our best running back? Frank Gore at 3 yards per carry. Wow, 3 yards per carry. That is terrible. I mean, so they gotta bring it this week too. Like, come on, man, you got to be better than that. Like, geez, that was sad.
Yeah, I want to hit Roy's question. It says Dean please, Bean, spend a day 3 pick for a backup. Here's the thing. Mitch is our backup. We paid him guaranteed money. He's going to be the backup.
Yeah.
However, what I would like to see Bean do is go into the draft and get a mid-round quarterback that has some, developmental to be a developmental backup for 4 years so we can stop playing the stupid round robin shit.
Yeah, I'm with you too. And I also think we need to start maybe get a linebacker early in one of these drafts coming up, maybe next year. Like I do. We have to get
I
want to
see what Dorian Williams looks like.
No, I'm just saying I get it, but
last year.
We'll see. I don't know about him. His pass coverage is very shaky, bro. Very shaky.
We said the same thing about Terrell Bernard, and we've got to give him time to.
I thought, yes, true. But Terrell Bernard also got to sit behind 2 guys and learn a lot. Dorian Williams is getting thrown in the fire, bro.
He got thrown in the fire last year, and then let's see what he looks like because he's gonna get the first crack at it. So let's see what he looks like.
Sure, no doubt.
I thought he was the better of the 2 linebackers that we had chosen in the 3rd round. Like because he has all the skill sets to be good. Now it's all mental now. So physically he's big, he runs, he hits, he doesn't miss a ton of tackles. It's just it's reading the defense, reading the play recognition. Is where he needs to grow.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with you.
Rob comes in and says the offensive line lacks physical toughness. They spent all week working on their run game. Cromer was not happy. Also, I don't know if you heard about it. So Alec Anderson was the center 2, right, in practice.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked in. First 2 snaps were fumbles with Mitch. They yanked him and put Sam Granger back.
Yeah, SVP. Yeah,
SVP.
But I also heard he had like some problem at one part of the game as well.
He actually was the best. He was the
better, but he had a problem too. He did something. I forget what they said. I think it was maybe.
I didn't hear that. I only heard the good things.
Yeah, he did something wrong. I wish I could go back and find it on Twitter, but whatever. He did something he fucked up. But I don't think it was as bad as Alec Anderson. I thought SVP, he was one of the. I thought he played well last week. Like I thought he looked pretty good. He was
one of the bright spots. Him, Joe Andreessen.
Oh, Andreessen.
Andreessen. He looked real good running the defense. In the middle. Hardy looked good at nickel.
But kick returner.
Yeah.
Last week and
you can't catch that at the 5. You can't do that.
No, and Hamler muffing the ball. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Hamler also. I'll give Hamler the pass because of how windy it was. Because I watched a bunch of people drop it.
I get it, but I don't want to see it.
I also saw Hamler taking one from the 5 and get it to the 25.
Yeah,
it's been a while since we've seen someone do that.
Our punter sucks.
Oh, God.
Our punter still sucks. By the way, Tyler Bass is still missing a lot of kicks in practice.
Yeah, he's missing two practice. He's making 4 or 6 every time he goes out there.
What are you doing, bro? I get he made the 2 in preseason, but if
it was any farther than what it was, he's missing it because it was fading right.
Yeah. So by the way, we brought in Corey Davis for a workout.
Yeah, and I like that. We haven't signed him yet, but I like that we brought him in.
Somebody on Twitter, I think he's on Built in Buffalo, Witty Sports or whatever, said next thing you know, we're gonna be doing something. And I replied watch, we're gonna be like the Masked Singer, like all these guys. We're gonna start just bringing in helmets, and we're gonna have they pull the helmet out, oh, it's Terrell Owens. Bro. We also were talking to the other receiver, what's his name? Josh Gordon. Why are we
why? Because we have our top 3 and really our top 4. We have Shakir, who's gonna
I get it, but we want to look for this.
We want that's what McDermott is.
We got a wrestler. We got an Olympic wrestler on the team.
Who actually looked halfway decent. Also, my last one, and then we'll put a cap on
yeah, good.
I thought Solomon looked really good.
Yeah, I thought Solomon looked pretty solid.
And actually, I was surprised because it wasn't so much from his pass rush, but it was from his run defense. I thought his run defense looked better than I expected.
Yeah. He looked okay. He looked okay. Still didn't like wow me. I don't think anybody wowed me last week. Like nobody I thought. Yeah, bro, Martin's so bad, dude.
I wish
and it's not going to happen.
Today,
There's no competition. No competition. There's nobody in there.
McDermott and his veterans, man. Like I don't understand it.
I don't get it either. I couldn't tell you, bro.
Someone comes and says, I'm guessing too, we could sneak Danucci on the practice squad. Danucci could absolutely be on the practice squad. He was sitting on the streets.
Yeah, no one's going
to.
Hey, Danucci,
I'll be surprised if Danucci ends up as our practice squad quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't pick up somebody else who's been released to be our practice squad quarterback.
Danucci, baby.
So, Tommy, let me ask you this. Would you prefer Buechele, Danucci, or Bailey Zappi as your?
I just love the Danucci name, like the Italian, I just love that. Hey, I don't know why. They all suck. Let's just give me the cool Italian guy, Bene Danucci. You know that.
He sucks in Dallas.
That's fine. He's a third string. Whatever. Get him on the practice squad.
I just want to see us, invest something in a young signal caller that could be turned into Josh's backup. Like we had Frank Reich during our heydays. He was a good backup quarterback.
Oh, solid.
You know, Jim just went on the Greenlight podcast with
I
Long
saw that
and talked about
good.
how much he helped him.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was a good
Shakir
one.
looks like he'll be our main guy. I have nothing but good things for him. Yeah, it's Shakir and it's Kincaid. And then you sprinkle in a little bit of Coleman here and a little bit of Samuel here.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you hear something about Matt Collins.
Yeah, he didn't play last week, so I'm interested to see him on the field too. I like him, man. He definitely grew. He grew on me. Like he definitely, because I didn't know much about Mac. I'll be honest, I didn't know much about him. I know he was a journeyman. I know he doesn't stick on teams too long, 1 year, 2 year. Like he's that kind of guy, and I'm sure he's gonna do the same thing when he's done here. He'll go
into play. He got pressed into play in 2 locations with Miami and with the Raiders. He actually looked really good as the number 2 for the Raiders that year. And then with Miami, he was one. Remember when Fitzpatrick had his mask like yanked behind him?
No, I remember the play. Yeah, he was the one that made the catch.
Collins is the one who made the catch.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, he has the size and speed. He's pretty good speed, good size. Like
good blocker.
I like him, but he's I think
he's
like
a
more
wide
of his
receiver
energy.
4 or 5.
Yeah. I like more of the energy that he brings, the good vibes that Matt Collins brings. And of course he could bring a little bit to special teams and also on offense a little bit, but I don't think he's gonna have this unbelievable year for us or anything. But
I'm done thinking about anybody that's gonna come in and be that unbelievable year thing. Like, it ain't happening. It's gonna be Shakir, it's gonna be Kincaid, then they're gonna sprinkle in some Coleman and some.
So Corey Davis got the tryout, by the way. We didn't sign him. So what do you think about him? Do you think that one, we don't know how it went because they didn't sign him yet. But if they do sign him, what do you think? You think he is a little bit like the Claypool thing. Like he had a good couple years as a rookie.
He was actually better than Claypool.
Years. Well,
he had the last year that he played before he retired. Like he was
Jets,
good
he
with the Jets. He was good.
Yes, I'm with you there.
Quarterback play.
And then he got hurt, right?
He was going to be wide receiver 2 last year, but he retired because something to do with his family.
That's right. It was like and then he sat out. So it's interesting. You never know, but they didn't say how it went. We didn't hear anything after that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that.
No, Uncle Rico. No, Uncle Rico. I'm good. As long as Hollins doesn't play barefoot, he'll be all right. Yeah, right? So I don't know. I'm interested to see tomorrow's game. We're going to see, like, even last week, we were so bad. We went, run, didn't get any push. Pass, run, didn't get any push on 3rd and short. Josh was off the field. So most of the first, then he comes back for a second drive, and he goes pass for a 17-yard gain. We run. He scrambles for a first down, quarter's over, and he's gone.
I think it was that run.
Didn't get anything.
I think it was that run. I think when he ran, because that was the last time he played. That was the last snap he took. Was when he ran. I think McDermott's like, nope. Yep.
Our
that's
offensive
enough.
line's not getting any push. I'm not leaving him out there.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. I'm good with that. And I'll be honest with you. I was fine with that. Who cares? It's we talked about this. Like, I like the fact that McDermott got him out there, got the first team. It's just kind of like just to build that little chemistry, right, in an actual game. And I don't even mind this one, obviously. Second game, you always want to give him a quarter, right? At least a quarter and a half. But you got to also be careful. You got to be real careful out there. And yeah, I understand why McDermott pulled him after that. No reason.
I mean, it was the end of the quarter anyways, so I'm good. I was good with it. I didn't want to see Josh out there anyways, mainly because our offensive line wasn't doing.
Oh no, it was atrocious. It was
like
atrocious.
there was no reason to leave him out there.
Yeah, the run blocking was terrible. The pass blocking was almost as bad. Like that was bad. like you got to fix that quick, bro. You got to get. And I'm sure I know Cromer and I know McDermott was pissed at the rookies, was pissed at like the guys trying to make the roster after. Like that effort was terrible. But hey, we're on week 2 now, right? Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. By the way, you have any NFL news? I don't know if you got that. Is there anything?
We haven't. We just jumped right in. People wanted to talk to us about it. Running back says Curtis Samuel needs to show a little bit of dog. He was brought in to be wide receiver 1. I don't think he was brought in to be wide receiver 1. Also, Keon seems like a practice setting. He has highlight plays, but in the game setting, he disappears. I think it's a little harsh on both guys. Running back, Keon was 1 of 3, and the 2 that were forced to him in the red zone, like the refs were letting them play. Like he was tied up both of those passes in the red zone, and Josh wasn't out there very long, so he was going with Mitch, and I'm not a big Mitch guy.
Exactly.
Samuels is our weapon. He's gonna be moved around. He wasn't ever designed to be wide receiver 1.
No, and I thought he actually had a good game, so I don't know.
Yeah, I love his screen prowess.
Yeah, and Keon Coleman, to be fair, he was out there with Mitch Trubisky, who he probably doesn't work with a lot. He probably is more with Allen, like in practice and training camp. So that chemistry between him, I'm just saying, between him and Mitch is probably not 100% there, right? Like Josh Allen and Keon Coleman, all through camp has been good. So I'm not concerned at all when it comes to Keon Coleman. And by the way, too, like we'll go back to it again. This is very, very generic play calling. There is no plays designed. Even Josh Allen said after the game, there was no game plan. There was zero game plan. Like we were just pretty much out there, and it was very basic call. So let's wait and see. I would pump the brakes on Keon Coleman is not. Let's see. I would say we'll know by week
3.
What would you say? Week 3, 4, where he stands. If the game is too fast for him, it hasn't slowed down, which a lot of rookies have that problem. We'll see how how fast he gets used to the NFL, the game speed. But Curtis Samuel is going to be fine, bro. He looked fine.
He's going to move all over the place.
I'm good with him. What I saw from him in week 1. So let's see what Keon does tomorrow. That he'll be on the field a little bit more with Josh. Let's see if, even though it's still basic play calling, let's see if he gets a little bit more passes his way and see what he could do with yards after catch.
Keon did get jammed up a little bit this week in Pittsburgh because they said it was more creative with Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. The offense was more creative with Pittsburgh, which was cool to hear. And it sounds like both offenses won the days in our joint practice. Like Pittsburgh's offense won and the Bills' offense won against, and because they had them at different sides of the field and they were going 1s versus 1s at the same time. So it sounds like the Bills' offense won and the Steelers' offense won. But Keon got jammed up on some bump and runs and one-on-ones. And it took him until about the third try to figure out his release. And then he was good after that. But the first 2, they got him. And that's going to happen with a young guy. He's going to have to learn that each corner that he goes up against, and he's going to have to use different moves to get off the line.
Absolutely. And by the way, too, I love when when Twitter, another fan base will send a video highlight of like their receiver that the Bills passed on. Like, you know, oh, look what the Bills passed up on. Look at this guy making this play. It's like, bro, all these rookies, even third round receiver, there's going to be plays in camp. Like everyone could send a highlight and go, oh, you all messed that up. Like, you know how many highlights Keon Coleman has already had in camp where we could be like, oh, you see why we got Keon? Like, I'm not going to do it because it means,
up and let us kick
on. Right. It means nothing, bro. It means nothing. I am real when it comes to camp. Like I do not. I like what I hear, but I'm not overly sold until I see it on the field when it matters. So we've been down this road plenty of times with guys that are highlighted in camp. By the way, like Shavers, perfect example. He looked okay last week. He didn't blow my mind. like all the hype that he's getting in camp. But we'll see, you know. But once again, you got to take it to the field when it counts. So I didn't see this electrifying Terrell Shavers last week. Now, mind you, he was in there with not the greatest quarterback play, but let's see what happens moving forward.
Scotty comes in and says, Marv Levy never won a preseason game. Scotty also said he can't wait to see Milano and Bernard play together. Yep, we'll probably wait until next year, hoping that the Bills keep him so we can see it. Mr. Fulton comes in, says, hello, Tommy and Mike. You have a big announcement. My mom's going to be nominating me for Athlete of the Month of Special Olympics. Congratulations.
Good job, brother.
That's awesome. How many people believed McKenzie was going to be the new starting slot after his camp? Right? Well, he was. And they tried to force that, that square peg into the round hole, and it didn't work. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. It happens all the time. So let's quickly get around the league, because now that we're 50 minutes into this, we'll get to around the league.
Yeah, let's get around the league.
The John Lynch came out and said that the 49ers are starting to feel the urgency to sign Brandon Ayuk, to get something done, whether it's trade or sign him. Bengals reserve tackle Smith is out for the year with patellar tendon dislocation or tear. Brady talked TV approach job and took jabs at Daniel Jones.
Oh, did he?
Yep. Vikings signed quarterback Matt Corral after J.J. McCarthy's season-ending injury.
I forgot all about that guy. Holy.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for that kid. I didn't think he was going to do anything great, but he did have he looked good in his first game, which once again, you got to slow down. You never, it's preseason, but I do feel, I feel bad for any player, I guess. I hate seeing that. And, but you know what that tells me? He probably had that injury like in college, like didn't even know it. You know what I mean?
Had a small tear and it just got worse.
Because it was odd. He played the first game. It's not like he got hurt. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, he was bothering him a little bit, went to get it checked out. And, oh, hey, by the way, it was kind of like the Eric Wood thing. Oh, hey, we're doing our, because he didn't even, we're doing our, oh, by the way, yeah, you probably shouldn't play ever again.
Yeah, you can't play anymore.
Right. What?
Right. So you keep going through. Bengals give their kicker a 3-year extension. Good for him.
Yeah.
Pat's quarterback competition definitely isn't over.
Yeah. I saw bits and pieces on Thursday night. It didn't look too good. It did not look good.
They should start Jacoby, and then
I would
and then sprinkle him in throughout the year. Let him sit, learn, and then
I agree.
Don't do it right off the top.
I'm with you.
Broncos Knicks to get most of the reps with the starters versus Green Bay. That's still a battle between Knicks and Stidham. Zach Wilson's already out. Although I thought Zach Wilson looked the best of the three last week.
Yeah, but something's going on. Yeah, but maybe when did he play? I don't know what quarter did he play though.
It was the end of the game, second half.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, but I mean, just like the feel of the game, he looked like.
I got it. Yeah, but he must be doing terrible against the first.
They said he wasn't. He just must not get along with anybody.
Something's going on with him. Something's going, and that's going to probably follow him and throughout his career, kind of like Wentz. Maybe he's just not a locker room guy, and he is a little bit cocky. He is a little bit selfish. I mean, from everything we've heard. So yeah. And but did you Judon got traded?
Judon got traded for a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah. Oof. Man, Patriots, boy.
He had his choice between the Bears and the Falcons, and he chose the Falcons.
They are really resetting over there in New England.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have to.
They trade their best defensive player.
Yeah.
He might actually be the best player on their team.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think they have to. They have to do a complete rehaul. Yeah, they have to. You got a brand new coach. You had a coach that was in there forever. Tom Brady was there forever. You know what I mean? And everything, they try to glue everything back together. It's just not working. It just, and once they got rid of Bill, you got to totally reset it, start over, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing.
So that's kind of around the league as of now.
Okay.
We'll see what happens moving forward.
All right. Did you want to get into the bubble? Guys on the bubble going against the Steelers?
Let's talk about it.
All right, let's do it. Let's pop this up. By the way, shout out to Bill's Wire for creating this article. So 6 players on the bubble, according to them. Okay. Cornerback Daquan Hardy.
Wow. I've heard nothing but promising reviews over the last 2 weeks of Daquan.
Now, mind you, this is their So let me read it, and then
okay.
And then we'll go from there. So it says Hardy's ticket to the 53-man roster is going to be as a returner. In that area last week against the Chicago Bears, he made a questionable decision when he called for a fair catch inside the 5-yard line. But this is about KJ Hamler too. The receiver is also vying for playing time as a returner, and he fumbled against the Bears. Hardy putting in a good shift at cornerback on defense will help him as well. Thoughts?
No, I agree. It depends on how many corners they decide they want to keep. I think Hardy's ability to show, because I thought he showed well last week in the game too, his ability to show defensively. Like, they drafted him for his returning ability. His defense has just been a positive. McDermott has said as much in his press conferences. So I think he is a bubble guy. But I think he's leaning more towards the 53 today than he was last week.
I agree with that. All right. Now, next up, wide receiver. I do not like this guy, bro. By the way, MVS. He had a drop last week. Only pass thrown his way, dropped. MVS situation starts and finishes with one word. Drops. If he keeps them up, he won't make the 53. And I really, Mikey, I get what you're saying about him. I know what you're saying. Playoff. I don't like him. I don't like him.
I'm not a fan of his game either, but
drops ball easy as catches.
Something tells me that he's making this team.
Like,
whether
I would be
want him to or not.
Pissed, dude. If we're in a game that's tight, he drops a fucking ball that's for a touchdown or a big first down. I am gonna lose my shit on here, dude. You have no idea. So, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, MVS, if you watch this fucking channel and you fucking do that, expect hell from me this year if you drop fucking passes. Who was our guy last year that kept coming in that we think could have possibly been a Buffalo Bill player that has not been back? Remember, we kept not kind of dogging him a little bit. The defensive guy, what was his name? Remember, he came in the chat. I told you, I saw him in the chat. He was like, "You guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro." Tim Settle. Guys, like, I'm going to tell you, I think it was. I do, because every video I ever made that we brung up Tim Settle, fucking a guy named Tim Settle would bitch us out. And he came in live one day, and Mikey, I told Mikey, I'm like, bro, you won't believe it. And boom, Tim Settle. Fuck, you guys know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, bro, that's him.
We also gave him flowers when he did good.
Absolutely. So it wasn't like I'm dogging.
He just didn't do good.
It just didn't work out. But now, mind you, I don't know if it was really him, but it was really odd. It was really odd. Like, who the hell's making a fake Tim Settle account? I mean, of all the players, right? Why? He's not that important. But it was just odd. But anyways, MVS needs to. If he makes a team, boy, you better get some fucking special gloves. Stick them. I don't know what you got to do.
Before we move on,
go ahead.
Dallas comes in and says, "What's your guys' opinions on the Jets for this season? It all depends on Rodgers." I don't think it even depends on Rodgers. I think it all depends on that offensive line. If it stays healthy, they have a shot at being pretty good. Because that defense is going to be good. You know, it's gonna come down to the offensive line if it can stay healthy or not.
Yeah, I listen, man. I'm not totally sold on Rodgers and the Jets. I don't think Rodgers gets along with the coach there either. I'm not totally sold on the coach.
With any coach.
Right, but I'm saying I'm not even totally sold on the coach myself.
Oh no. He's never done anything in this league.
Right.
And you know.
Exactly. So for me, like Rodgers, like you said, he doesn't necessarily always get along with coaches in general. And you got this guy who's a little bit of a head case himself, the coach. Yeah, I don't know, Mikey. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work. And Rodgers is a year older, right? He's coming back from a serious injury. They're still playing in that terrible stadium with that terrible turf. God. Yeah, I listen. I don't see things ending well for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Matter of fact, you see the one guy, he hasn't even reported to camp. He's
already requested a trade.
Yes, he hasn't even gone to an OTA, training camp. He refuses to play for them, which is wild because when he got traded there, his initial conference was like, look, I'm here for a year. You guys know me. I'm gonna give it my all. I don't know if I'm going to be here long term. That's up to my agent. Like he was saying all the right things, and then all of a sudden, nope, don't even want to meet my teammates. I refuse. So something happened. There is something going on there in New York that a player like that wants to it won't even play 1 year. That's wild, dude. So
right. And he's taking fat fines by not showing up.
Bro, and he may do it all year, bro. Because I'm telling you,
he'll come back. I think it's like week 8 or week 9. He has to be back by in order to accumulate the year, and I think he'll be back for that. But I bet you he sits out until he absolutely has to show.
Yeah. I mean, he seems determined. Like something's going on there, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So it'll be interesting.
Tim said,
Jordan Phillips got traded to the Cowboys.
Yeah,
saw that.
That's crazy because they I guess they had a problem with one of their players who hit a coach or hit an interim in their like joint practice or whatever versus somebody else.
Pushed him over.
Yeah. So I think that they went ahead and did that. I still like Jordan Phillips, but he's an injury guy. He's he almost retired.
We will. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate you. All right, you want to pop that back up?
Yep. All right, let's get to the next one, guys. All right, so talk about MVS. Tight end Zach Davison, your guy. Davison is looking to take the number 3 tight end position behind Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox in recent years. Quentin Morris has held that spot, and he's still there. Davison has flashed during training camp. He did not as much last week against Chicago. Morris has versatility the Bills like, so Davison needs to put something on film in order to lock in a roster spot.
Yeah,
Mikey?
I think Davidson's issue last week wasn't a Davison issue, but it was a quarterback issue last week.
Yeah, I agree. That sucks for players trying to make the team because they're not going to care. They're going to go for the guy that's been on the roster.
Because when he does play with Josh, he makes a bunch of praise in camp.
Yeah.
I mean?
I don't know. I think he's definitely on the bubble. I think he needs to show up.
I do too. I think he's gonna be a practice squad guy because I think they're gonna go with Morris for the special teams piece. But Dawson Knox is hurt right now with the ankle and groin. So
of course he is. Well, I mean, of course he is, Mikey.
So maybe he starts the year on the injured list and Davidson comes in.
Like no surprise there. We got an injury.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
So why? What are you talking about? Injury. Defensive tackle Deshaun Williams.
Yeah.
Buffalo's 3rd round rookie Dwayne Carter played the most snaps of any defensive lineman against the Bears. That cut into Williams' playing time, so he has to make the most out of the snaps he does get, or at least do better than he did against Chicago. His 34.2 grade from PFF was one of the worst marks for anyone on the Bills last weekend. Yikes, that's not good. Even though I don't give a shit about PFF most of the time, but that's still a terrible grade.
Shit about PFF either.
Yeah. What do you think? I think Dwayne Carter's definitely, making it
He's
53.
a third round pick. He's not he's making the team. I think
Right.
Williams is a bubble guy. I think depends on how many they're going to keep. If they're going to keep only 4. Here's where Williams struggles. We have Solomon, who's a draft pick, and we have Carter, who's a draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
So chances are both of them are going to make the team because they were draft picks. So he's going to have to beat out one of the other guys. Is he going to beat out Dwayne Smoot? Probably not. Is he going to beat out Austin Johnson? Probably not. So, it doesn't look promising for him to make this team.
Yeah, no, I don't think he does either. Next one up is, did I say Deion Jones already?
Nope.
Linebacker
Deion Jones is perfect.
Linebacker Deion Jones. Injuries are mounting at the linebacker position for the Bills. Clearly, the one at the top is All-Pro Matt Milano, bicep injury, while Dorian Williams is the next man up. Another reserve linebacker is fucking big. Here's another guy.
Say his name
is BS, because that's what it is. And BS has also been banged up because of these 2 knocks combined. Jones might get a solid amount of playing time against the Steelers, an opportunity he'll need to take. By the way, I'm done. I am officially done, and I won't say his name. I'm going to call him BS because that's what it is. And listen, the guy can't stay. He can't get through a camp without breaking in pieces. He is Mr. Glass. He is Mr. Glass.
They'll put him out on the field
and break again. Yeah, dude, that guy. I listen, and it's crazy because I actually think he's a good player. Like, I think he has potential, but not if you can't freaking be. You can't get past camp.
Availability is a skill.
Yeah, bro, it's wild. Like, dude, it's for me. It's time to give up on the guy. And I don't want to hear anyone be like, "Oh, Spectre."
Put him on practice squad.
Yeah, no, Spectre's no good.
Put him on practice squad
all the time.
I think. So right now the linebackers are Bernard, Morrow, and Williams are like the 3 main, right? Mm-hmm. And then I think Jones has got a shot. I think Andreessen's got a shot. I think Spectre's got a shot. I think all these guys have that shot, but it's we're probably going to keep 5 linebackers, so that means there's an opening for 2 spots, and I think Jones is prime candidate for one of them.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Next up, safety, Kareem Jackson. Similar to linebacker, there are a slew of injuries at safety. That's why Jackson was signed in the first place. After starting down the depth chart, Jackson has been moving up it. Second-round rookie Cole Bishop, shoulder, Mike Edwards, hamstring, are still out, and DeMar Hamlin was limited, of course, in Buffalo's joint practice with the Steelers. Even if Hamlin does play during the actual game in Pittsburgh, Jackson might see a healthy chunk of playing time.
I think he should.
And that's the end of that.
Because he's better than Williamson. That Williamson kid is,
dude.
Woof. That was so bad. Honestly, I think Cam Lewis should be considered that next line safety. I would rather see Lewis over Jackson.
I'm with you there. I think Cam Lewis has earned it too, and I don't think he's great, but I think he's.
I think Cam should be battling DeMar right now for who's going to start opposite of Tyler Rapp.
Yeah, God, it's a tough man. We're in some tough spots right now, guys.
I'm hoping Edwards or Bishop can get back before week 1, kind of like what Bernard did. Remember, he didn't play at all in the preseason. Then he came back and started week 1, and he was really good. That's what I'm hoping for.
Edwards is what worries me about Edwards is he hasn't been with the defense. He hasn't got any continuity, any chemistry with Rapp, nothing. He hasn't been out there. That kind of concerns me, because even if he comes back, it's bro, he hasn't really practiced you haven't got this defense down. You're just kind of watching from the side. I know he's a veteran, but it worries me. It does. But all I can say right now is,
we were worried going into last year about middle linebacker too. We were having the exact same deal.
We were with Bernard. I get that, but I'm
not overly excited about it by any means. At least Bernard had a year to learn the defense. These guys
I'll tell you what, we're gonna find out. I just don't like the injuries that are just occurring so fast, and so already with the new guys like Mike Edwards, bro, this guy
hasn't even practiced. He
That's
got
what I mean.
with a shoulder injury and then instantly had a hamstring injury. He never made it through one practice.
Not even one, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the part that really. It's not so much like you said, like guys like, hey, stepping up. We did it last year. It's the guys that we sign to be depth guys or competing are not even on the fucking field. They can't even get on the field to practice. Like that's what worries me, because what if, let's say, DeMar goes down or doesn't work out, and then you got Edwards who's okay, I'll come in, but I'm not totally. My hamstring's a little bothering me. He's like, oh boy, here we go. Right now he's a little slower because
I think that's where Cam is that wild card.
Yep.
He can play a little bit everywhere. You don't want him to be the starter, but he's that wild card that's supposed to be able to get you out of the game.
Yeah.
So,
The defense is. I gotta say, boy, Sean McDermott has his plate full with the defense this year. Like,
him and Bobby Babbage. Babbage do.
Him and Bob, big time, dude.
Colleen comes in and says, Docs will have a year. Watch him. I feel like the Bills are trying to push him out gradually so they don't have to pay him. And it pisses me off. Knox redid his deal this offseason, and he's locked in for 2 more years with us.
Yeah, he ain't going anywhere. I don't think he's going anywhere for a couple of reasons. I think he's definitely he hasn't lived up to his contract. Like, if we're going to be real here, and I get you're a Knox fan, and I like Dawson Knox, and I think Dawson Knox. I also don't think he earned the contract that he got. I think we overpaid. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think he earned it. I thought he was. I think they saw the potential he had that year when he got the 8 touchdowns, and I also feel like that all season was rough. His brother passed away. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Yeah. I could be wrong, but I felt like Brandon Beane was doing the right thing more for him at that time, and also hoping that from the year before that he would excel like even more. And I just feel like Dawson Knox, like, in the positive side of things, he's really like, he's a team guy. He'll do anything from the team. He's him and Josh. Yeah, him, and he's a good blocker. When he's healthy, if he can clean up the drops, he's actually not a bad tight end as far as like receiving. Him and Josh are really super cool. Like, there's a lot of positives. And he's made some big plays in Buffalo. He's made some unbelievable grabs and touchdowns, and but he has to be better. He has to be better in order for that contract for all of us to go, hey, you know what? It wasn't so bad. And I really think he has to start like this year. Like, he has to, because if he gets hurt again and he's out again for half the year, because that's another thing, battling injuries. Dawson Knox is another one. Can't stay healthy. He has to be like, right? You know what I'm saying, Mike? He's kind of like the Matt Milano thing. Here we go, like with their tight end. Like, just we're overpaying. He always misses a chunk of games in the middle of the season. A chunk. I mean, chunks. Like, dude, like, I feel 4 to 6 weeks in the middle of the season. He'll break a hand or mess up his elbow or his shoulder or something. But here's the thing about Knox. When we drafted Kincaid, we had always looked at doing a 2 tight end set. So Knox isn't going anywhere. I don't think they're trying to push him out. I don't think so either. Because Kincaid isn't a typical tight end. He's not getting down in the box and blocking. He doesn't block. Yep. He's more of a flex tight end, more of like a slot receiver. So I don't think they're going to try to move Knox off. I think he's here longer than the 2 years his contract is. I think they're going to redo his contract again because he's also really close with Josh and all the offensive guys. So. Yep. Yeah, and like I said, he's a good he's close with Josh. He's a good teammate. Like, he's a good dude. Like, he's a good guy to have around, and he's not a terrible player. He's just not living up to the contract right now. That's all. Like, I need to see more from Dawson, and I hope that he can stay healthy moving forward, because it's you know what Dawson Knox do? It's always something else. It's his hand. It's his foot. It's like his calf. Like, he is just always it's his groin and ankle right now. Bro, it's like this dude has the worst luck, bro. Like, it's like, bro. Oh man. But yeah, that's how I feel about Dawson Knox. Roy comes and says, holy shit, it's down to Lewis and Hamlin. I'm concerned. Yeah. It's why Tommy wanted Simmons so bad. Yeah, but I would be okay with like Quandre Diggs. There's still options out there. I agree. Okay, cool. You know what, Mikey? Yes. Fine. Like, bring a Dick, I would be cool with that. I'm just saying you need to bring in something better than what we have right now as that insurance. How about that? That insurance that we go, hey, we're going into the season. At least we got, we know that this guy could do, right. He's a veteran. We'll start Hamlin, but we have Quandre Diggs. Okay, cool. It didn't work out with Hamlin, or he got hurt. Okay, Diggs, he's a veteran. But right now, oh boy.
I think they're using Jackson and those guys as that type of insurance, because when Edwards or Bishop's back, they're going to be the ones that are playing. And they want to keep Lewis, they want to keep Hamlin, so that you don't have a spot for a Diggs or a Simmons or someone like that.
Yeah, kick Jackson to the rocks. You don't need Jackson. He's been a problem everywhere.
Jackson's probably not going to make the roster unless those two guys go on some sort of IR to start the year.
The other guy they signed, I think he's still on the team.
Diggs signed with Tennessee. That sucks.
Oh well, there we go. There's that.
There's still safeties out there. There was a bunch of them. I thought it was Jamal Adams that signed with Tennessee. I didn't know Diggs signed with Tennessee.
By the way, too, I got to say, something's going on with Michael Thomas. It's really weird that he's not been signed.
He has a off-field issue that he's dealing with right now.
That's okay. So yeah. Then there's then that's it, because it's so odd the Bills keep bringing in these guys that just have been retired, or
it's an off-field legal issue that he's dealing with.
Yeah, then they're just staying clear of any off-field issues. Yep. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Trent comes in and says Knox will be a career Bill. I bet he will. He just seems like that type of guy.
Very possible. Very possible.
I think Knox is a Bill as long as Allen's a Bill.
Yeah, I'm with. I can see that.
It is what it is. All right, are we done with that?
We're done. Yep, that article's over.
All right, get into tomorrow.
Yeah, so I guess before getting tomorrow, the only thing I can say is, I guess I'll ask you, to wrap this up. What are you looking for tomorrow that you wanted to see in week 1 that you didn't? Like, what are you looking for now?
I want to see the run game.
What do you want to see?
Run game. I need to see the offensive line do something. Like that brought me back to old school Brian Daboll run game last week. Like, that was concerning, big time.
Yeah, it was bad
because we don't have the offense that's set up. Like, the whole point of this new Joe Brady offense is we run the ball, we run play action, we run motions, and it's quick hitters and things like that. Brian Daboll's offense was spread them out. We have a lot of receivers. We run them, all different levels, and let Josh go make plays. That's not the offense that was designed today. So if we can't run the ball, it's going to be ugly.
Trouble. Yeah, then then Joe Brady has to go back to spreading the ball, getting a 5-man set, possibly 4 or 5-man set. I agree with you. I think the only thing, man, I told you, I like James Cook, but I'm not crazy about him. I think he's a problem with pass protection, and everything I've been hearing so far too with Ray Davis. Ray Davis, beside the fumbles that he had early on, he's actually
good.
Playing a little better than James Cook so far from everything I've been hearing.
Is our playmaker. Ray Davis is a better running back. Like, honestly,
but he's also but he's also making pass. Ray Davis is also making a lot of plays out the backfield and pass catching. They're saying he's looking really good in the.
I want to see that with Josh, not with Mitch, because now he's doing it all with Mitch.
Exactly, I'm with you 100%. But I still think, like I said, to begin this whole thing when we got Ray Davis, I do think he's going to get a decent amount of carries. That's going to take a little bit some away from Cook. And I also don't think Cook's going to be back after his rookie contract's over.
I think we're going to keep cycling running back.
Yeah, we're going to keep cycling. Maybe they hit one that they really like, a bigger back, a bigger like an all around type of back that doesn't come around long. It's not like they're running backs, dynamic running backs. There's only a few. It's not a lot. Right? So, that's why they keep recycling. That's why they keep on. There's only so many Derrick Henrys and
Jonathan Taylors and Saquon.
Jonathan Taylor. Yes, there's just not a lot.
There's not, Chubbs and there's not a lot of those guys out there.
Not a lot, dude.
I thought Gore looked good in his first game. He did it against the 3rd and 4th teams.
But still wasn't
I thought he
great
looked good.
offensive line.
He's going to be the practice squad running back. Because
Absolutely.
What's his name just came back? Ty Johnson just came back, and Josh threw so much love on top of him for being back.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, I don't. Frank Gore's not making the 53. He'll make the practice squad.
He'll be the practice squad. He'll be the practice squad. Maybe
there's no way
if someone gets hurt, they'll bring him up.
Exactly. Like if Ty goes down again, you know what I mean? Something happens with Ty Johnson, or even Zach, or even Ray Davis, or James Cook, or whatever.
Yeah,
but
someone gets hurt, he'll come up.
Yeah,
I can see that. So, but ultimately for tomorrow, I just want our number one goal is to get everybody out healthy.
Yep.
We did last week, and that was excellent. That was my main takeaway. Just get people out healthy. I would love to see Josh go in and orchestrate some drives and get some points on the board and see a touchdown maybe. But at the end of the day, just get out healthy. That's all I care about. Especially on defense. Holy fuck. Our defense is banged up.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe we need to get some bigger guys because these little guys keep getting hurt.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. We played one preseason game, and they didn't even get hurt in preseason. They got hurt in training camp. Fucking practice.
Matt got hurt in a individual
drill. In a fucking drill. Right. We got guys getting hurt that hadn't even stepped on the field in camp. Yeah. I mean, dude, this is I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm sorry. It's tough. This is really, really tough. The only thing I can say is I guess it's good that it's early. That's happening.
Not tomorrow night, next week, Roy.
The bullshit game where we're not gonna have to pay attention too much.
Dallas, maybe a bit more energy tomorrow. Yes, come out like you want to be there.
Yeah, just a tad, huh? Can you show something a little bit more? And it was a home game of all things, packed. By the way, pretty packed for a preseason game, and we gave those fans absolutely nothing. 6 points. Terrible. Should be ashamed of yourself.
It looked really bad in the second half, but really it was 6-3 at halftime.
Yeah. No, it was like I said. Yeah, that it was fine. It was the second half was a disaster.
Yeah,
and I expect
felt on that pick six that was just god awful.
And then Mitch missing guys in the end zone. I mean, our punter shanking punts. It's what else, man? And by the way, they said Bass hit him right down the middle. He hit one down the middle. The other was still.
That was the 40 yarder was fading right.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't that pretty of a kick. Okay, so. So I don't even want to give a prediction on the score because I don't.
I'm not doing predictions.
I could give a shit.
I just tried that last week and we're like, I might. Yeah. Because the weather's there's supposed to be weather tomorrow, so we don't even know because McDermott said if the weather's bad, the guys aren't playing. The one.
Oh, okay.
Very long.
Hear that. Okay.
They're gonna play. Yeah. The ideal is if it's a perfect night, the offense goes quarter and a half.
Oh, one more thing I did want to talk about last week, real quick. On the kickoffs, if that's true, that our special teams coach.
No, they said Smiley. They came out and talked about it. Bass missed.
So bad. Okay, yeah. See, unacceptable. That's unacceptable, bro. Come on, dude. You haven't practiced that all.
Smiley. I also put that.
I agree. I get it, but he has to execute. He has to execute. Yeah. Smiley's not kicking the fucking ball. Bro, come on, Bass.
Since Smiley became the special teams coach, I've watched Bass go down.
You're right. I agree, but still, at the end of the day, you know what I will say too? Kickers do. Somebody I think it was Alex, some guy named Alex Brasky who's on Twitter. He's like a guy. He's one of the guys. Yeah, beat reporter. He said it, and I agree with him. These kickers, when they lose their confidence, sometimes they don't get it back, and I almost feel like Bass right now
go to a different different team to get that back.
And I might agree with him because he's saying, man, Bass may just be shot. And I hate to say it, but he may because he makes the stupid he makes the boneheaded dumbest.
Maybe the 13 seconds was really Bass's fuck up and not the coaches.
Very possible. I don't know. I just feel like, dude,
because since then it's been a steadily decline for them.
Yeah, bro. The new kickoff rule, bro. Dude, I don't know if you saw the Chiefs kicker. Bro, what a fucking smart guy. He's been practicing it, right? So the new kickoff rule is if you kick it in that area, that whatever they call that, If the ball
Landing
bounces in, landing zone. If it bounces into the end zone, you get it at the offense gets it at the 20. So really, ideally, that's what you want to do as a kicker, right? You want to try to get that. Bro, what did he do? The Chiefs kicker, fucking beautiful kick, right? Bounces right, like the returner had a tough time getting it. Bounce in the end zone, 20-yard line. Our kicker,
Puts it in the end zone.
Puts the end zone. What are you doing, bro? Come on, bro. It's like
I
gotta
also
be better.
I don't want him trying to do trick shots.
No, I don't
Because
want him
he'll kick it out of
either. But at
bounds.
least kick it in the landing zone. Try. What are you doing? Like, I don't get. You can't tell me they haven't been practicing it. Teams have been practicing this because it's a new rule and they all want to get it right. And I don't get it. Like,
Here's my thing when we were talking about Bass, right? We said he has to execute. We felt the same way about Dorsey last year. Dorsey was calling the plays, but he wasn't out there trying to execute the stuff.
Exactly.
It wasn't Dorsey's fault. Josh was thrown into double coverage at times, and Gabe or dropped it or didn't go up and try to get it or whatever. Yeah. But he was held accountable for something for that team. At what point are we going to hold Smiley accountable?
I agree.
We lost games because of him last year.
I'm with you.
Like at some point, McDermott, hold the dude accountable.
Yeah. And sometimes a new special teams coach, just like any coach, any position coach or head coach, when you bring in a new guy, sometimes that's a fucking, those guys bring it and they make players go, they could usually change shit up in that room. Right. I think Smiley's he's been terrible. He's been terrible. Yeah. So
since Heath has left, Heath Farwell left. He's been terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I like it. I'll be honest with you. I like it. They just need to make it fair for the offensive. They need to tweak it a little bit. They need to figure out a way to, all you got to do is have a special shirt, a different whistle. So when the returner gets it, the play is live. Like, that's the only thing that bothers me. Everything else, I think it's fine. They're talking about, Mikey, there's going to be all these kick returns this year. This is going to be the craziest year for kick returns. Bro, I've been watching preseason. I've been watching preseason, right, for the last 2 weeks pretty much. It's been terrible. Like, the returners getting to the 20, they're slipping. They're getting caught up at the 23, 24. Maybe one guy gets to the 30, 35. There's nothing electric happening. But I'm good with it because at least it still keeps the return game there, because last year was terrible. Fair catching it anywhere, it's automatically at the fucking, 30? Remember, you could fair catch it anywhere. You didn't even have to. 25. Terrible. It's an awful rule. It takes the fun way out of it.
They took the return out of the game. They're trying to find a way to put it back.
I'm good with this. Just make it fair for the offensive side. Just have a special whistle one, like I said, and then I'd be good with it.
Or find a better way to do it. It doesn't have to be a whistle. Find a way to make it fair.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they got to figure that part out. That's the only part I don't like. That's the only part. Other than that, I think it's cool. I have no problem with the kickoff rule.
I would love to see, I want to see, people like Tyreek Hill back there catching them and going. Like right now it's like, okay, they're just trying different people out. But when it becomes a strategy piece and late in the games, playoffs, late season, like, you're going to put your most dynamic guy back there.
But I was thinking the other day, because I know what I understand they're taking it away for the concussion, guy, like the speed, like players coming down so fast. But isn't a punt the same thing? Like when you punt the ball, I feel like it's even worse.
It's just not. No, it's just
like some players
it's bigger. It's
and the guy's right there. Boom.
No, it's not the same thing at all.
I know, but I'm saying the speed.
The punts, they're next to each other and running. Like
before
they were 30 yards apart.
Yeah, that's true.
And then bang.
So but most of the time, the defender's right there on the guy catching the ball. I mean, he's right fucking. Now, the only difference is, you're right though. He has to almost pause because sometimes they fair catch it, or like you can't hit him before he catches the ball. Like there is a little bit to it, right? I guess I get it. Yeah. But it's still fast. It's still going super fast on that.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it, Mikey, man. Tomorrow night, guys. Another show in the book tomorrow night. Pittsburgh Steelers versus Bills. It's means nothing
We're
except
2 weeks away.
right. 2 weeks away.
We're 2 weeks away from us going live on Mondays again.
Yeah,
and
baby.
3 weeks away from our first kickoff.
Can't wait, bro. I can't wait. So, guys, look for the guys to step up this tomorrow. The guys trying to make the roster. Hopefully, somebody shines, or hopefully more than one guy shines, or we can go, hey.
Shine. Hopefully, they all shine.
Exactly. Where I can finally call Mikey and be like, bro, did you see?
Last week, if people were in our chat back and forth, it was not a pretty chat. It was like, holy crap, what am I watching?
Like, I just want to be happy. Can you just give me something? God, except for injuries. Like, give me anything. Give me some happy news once in a freaking while, man. This team drives me insane, Mike.
Yeah, live the day before cut down day. So we'll be doing our 53 on that Monday.
We will be. Yep, very soon, very soon. But anyways, guys, we're out of here, man. Bills Mafia, we love you.
We love you.
I appreciate you guys as always. And we're out of here. Peace out. Go Bills. Peace.